Hello, this is Randomness with 5 Cups of Sugar, and today I'll be doing a Danmei review for Mistakenly Saving the Villain, Volume 1. In terms of genre, it's a Danmei fiction historical romance, and it is a transmigration novel from modern China into traditional times. In terms of characters, we have Song Qingshi and we have Wei Wuhan, who are the main characters of the story. Song Qingshi is from the modern time period and was a medical student, but he died from ALS and transmigrates into a historical fantasy novel. He really doesn't know anything about romance or transmigration novels. He was just like a hardcore medical student who did a lot of research. And so the transmigration system basically uploads his soul into this new world based on a novel. And this transmigration system is super glitchy. So information is redacted. So he has to basically piece together kind of what the heck is going on and who is he supposed to find? Because he's supposed to find the male protagonist and basically save him from the tragic fate that awaits him. But because of the redacted information, he doesn't know who it is other than like the tags. But he doesn't read transmigration novels, so he doesn't know what it means. So he's basically really naive, going in, knowing nothing, and has to guess who is this male character that I have to save. So he goes in, and obviously, given the name is called Mistakenly Saving the Villain, he mistakenly saves the villain instead of the actual male protagonist. That villain in question is Wei Wuhuan. So basically, Sun Qingshi is a tryhard who does everything he can to save Wei Wuhuan using the ancient medical techniques for TCM, as well as his knowledge from modern times in terms of like Western medicine and Eastern medicine for TCM. So he basically eventually gains all of the knowledge of his um, version of him, the character that he's replacing with the same name. And so in that world, he's the medicine king. So he gains his knowledge over time. So he's bringing modern time knowledge plus who he was supposed to be previously together to try to help him because his mission is to save the male protagonist. Trigger warning, I do want to mention for this book is that there's a lot of sexual abuse in it in terms of Wei Wuhuan's past. So, just a warning for anyone who wants to read this. Song Ching-she is very good to Yue Wuhuan, though, so there's nothing that he does to Yue Wuhuan. There's nothing in this book that has to do with it. But it does acknowledge Wei Wuhuan's hard past a lot, because that is what shapes who Yue Wuhuan is, right? And he used to be a slave, basically. So, yeah. And then, in terms of characters, Song Qingshi is really naive, so naive that he's adorable. He is very pure-hearted and actually does want to help Wei Wuhan, which just, ugh, it's amazing. He's just so nice and good and pure. Wei Wuhan kind of worries me in this book just because he like puts me a bit on edge in terms of his obsession with Song Qingshi and like he's very possessive towards him because eventually another character comes in who's Anlong, which I'm thinking that he's the second male lead in terms of who likes Song Qingshi, I think, because I haven't read much of the second book yet, so I don't know, but it does seem that way. Um, so yeah, so I know that like based on Wei Wuhan's past, he's been deceived, right? He's gone through a lot of abuse and trauma. And so it does make sense why he would get so attached to Song Qingshi, who treats him very well. doesn't touch him in any like manner that he doesn't want to be touched. It's only for like medical treatment and assessment purposes. And he always asks for consent, which is good, and explains things. So I think that's why there's a lot of like him trying to like gauge him at the beginning because Yue Wuhan's been through a lot. And so he's has a lot of experience and doesn't want to be deceived. And Song Chingsha is really naive. What he says is literally what he means. And so he kind of suspects him at the beginning, but he really is trying his hardest to help Yue Wuhan's healing journey. Oh yeah, another trigger warning for anyone potentially who wants to read this series because it is a well-known series. There also is self-harm and suicidal ideation in this book. So we have trigger warnings for slavery, unconsensual adult activities, and many forms of abuse, not just sexual, in terms of Wei Wuhan's past. Not happening for the main characters. I'm just talking about his past. And there is self-harm and suicidal ideation. Okay? Um, Overall, I really, 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 really liked this book. It was super cute. Oh my God. The dynamic is so funny, especially when you're in like Song Chingsha's thoughts. They're so naive and like one track focused on his assessment and treatment that he misses all of the social cues, all of them. He doesn't understand any of that or the romantic things. And then he's just going la 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 around and being like clueless about all the dynamics. And then like Yue Wuhan's like there and it's just so funny. And he's overthinking and like yeah. So anyways, it's really funny because it all stems from Song Chingsha and his naivety with love and transmigration novels, resulting in him believing that Wei Wuhan is the main male character. And he's supposed to save him, but he's actually saving the villain. So there's like the irony of that like whole premise to begin with because he really, really, really believes it. And then I laughed a lot reading this book. It's a lot more lighthearted than a lot of the books I've read because of like Song Chingsha's cluelessness. And like it's just so ironic when you compare it to what other characters know or think because it's in third person, but you still get to know their thoughts. And so when you compare it to other characters' thoughts, you're like, oh my God. Anyway, so yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend. It is one of my favorite series right now. The only thing is that I'm a bit worried because some people have said that it goes downhill in volume two. I don't know because like I heard mixed reviews about volumes two and three, with it potentially going downhill after volume one because I heard a lot of reviews about volume one being really good, which it is. So I'm gonna continue reading volume two and see how it goes. Um, but yeah, there's one thing that really confused me during like reading the books because like I got the special edition of the English translation. So what I really confused on was that they would say he a lot, even in the same sentences, but referring to different characters. And since like this is Danmei, so like we're talking mostly about like male characters. So it's really confusing because you're talking like just saying he, but referring to multiple characters. I don't know, like I'm thinking this is a translation issue because like in Mandarin you could just say ta, or they made it like to be he or her. It doesn't matter the gender, it's only about like the characters, like the actual Chinese characters are a little different. Um, but like, so I'm wondering if that's the case, or they, when they translated it, they might have, I don't know if they had the original character's name and they just translated it to he instead. I don't know, but it gets confusing because it's written in third person and changing from different perspectives of different characters, and they all are male characters. So I get really confused. I have to like read the sentence again to kind of reorient and figure out who's talking and who is he talking about, because it could be talking about the person whose thoughts we're thinking, whose thoughts are being written in terms of what he's thinking, but then talking about himself as well as a different character or even like two different characters. That part was very confusing. Um, but like, so that disturbed the flow of reading. But compared to like everything else, that was just like a minor thing. It just took a little longer to read and disturbed the flow a little bit. All in all, I loved volume one. And like, I'm excited for volume two. I got the special edition too, and the inclusions has such beautiful artwork. Oh my God, like I think it's one of the prettiest artworks I've ever seen in inclusions. Um like I opened it originally, like obviously you open it before you read it. So I'm like, "Oh my God, who are these beautiful characters? Oh my God, the art style is just so aesthetic and beautiful and very much the art style that I like." And yeah, and I also had a bookmark in it with Samchungshe on one side and Yue Wuhan on the other side, as well as postcards of Samchungshe, Yue Wuhan, and Enla, and stickers too. So, and the poster in there was really good quality. Like, they're actually a lot harder and good quality in terms of the postcards and poster compared to some of the other Seven Seas special edition versions. It's thicker and it's not matte, it is glossy finish. I put a picture of the preview of the special edition version because I can't video or take pictures of it myself because of my health condition. And because I can't hold it at the same time as filming like I used to with my old videos. Hence, my reviews lately have been just like audio and still frame pictures. Um, but yeah, plus a benefit for you is that it takes away a bit of the fun of unboxing and not knowing what it's gonna be like. And then the surprise of how beautiful it is, because I also didn't know what it looked like when I bought it. And my face totally lit up when I opened it because it was just that beautiful. And I was like, "Oh my God," because I didn't know what I was expecting. I just kind of vaguely knew that this was a popular series and people liked it and that it was more lighthearted compared to like serious Danmei, right? And so I was like, not knowing much about it, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the special edition because I know this is supposed to be a really good one. I had no idea what was gonna be in it. I never saw any of the previews because I was just working on my health. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get this. Opened it and I was like, whoa, mind blown, so pretty. So I'm saving that surprise for you too, but I will include a mini version of the Seven Seas preview thing because honestly, that picture doesn't do it justice anyways. Anyways, so I'm gonna read volume two, and I'm really excited about that. And I hope you have a good day. Take care. Bye. Oh, and please like and subscribe if you like this video. Bye.